Hello, my justification by faith argument from book of the Galatians and the Christian theology, which in chapter 4, justification and participation in ecumenical dimensions of Galatians by author Thomas Sordin. Paul wrote the letter of Galatians to clarify the identity of believers, to motivate the mission, and to deepen the unity of the church. As we know, this book focuses on the doctrine of justification and the unity of gospel. Therefore, Paul studied the letter didn't with thankful and petitions for Galatians believers as other epistles as Paul wrote, but with a nothing. He used the ironic rebuke because he conceded that this is not a real gospel. In Galatians chapter 2 verse 16, it clearly states that a person is not justified by the works of the law, but by faith in Jesus Christ. Especially in this article, also used three different dimensions to talk about the justification theology in Galatians: personal, missionary, and ecclesial. He used the two levels, a threefold remembering and a threefold actualization. In Galatians chapter 1, verse 10 to chapter 2, 16, Paul defended himself and the gospel he preached from his personal perspective. The reason why he talked about it because probably those who disturbed the Galatians church has also attacked him from two different parts. One is from his apostleship, another is from his perverse gospel. Therefore, Paul defended his vocation as an apostle, which came from God. In chapter 1, verse 13 to 16, he represents himself as a former enemy of the church who was called by God to become apostle of Jesus Christ. The purpose of Paul to describe his past experience is to let them know that he was more zealous than them before he repented, before he converted to Jesus. However, Paul has completed forsaken zealous law, turned into proclaim gracious gospel. The reason why is because Paul received a revelation from Jesus Christ so that he knows the blasting of gospel. Also, God had called Paul to be an apostle to the gospel to the Gentiles. His mission is to claim the gospel and invite people, no matter Gentiles or Jews, both into the church. He reflects the justification as a consequence of his vocation. So this justifying faith allows him as well as every believers to find the peace of God. Moreover, in chapter 2, verse 7 to 9, Jerusalem church leaders gave to Barnabas and Paul the right hand of fellowship, which means that they all agree Paul's apostleship for Gentiles. Last, Paul's conflict with Peter and Barnabas and all other Jewish Christians at Antioch, based on Paul's justification theology. A man is justified by faith in Jesus Christ, not by observing laws or circumcision any outside. Especially in Peter and Barnabas' case, their action has broken the truth of gospel and the salvation of God as well. Paul's conflict with them to express that he was truly stand firm in theology of justification. So the common category of these three aspects is participation. So participation in faith, in mission, and participation in the church. Also in all three dimensions, it is God the Father who fulfill his righteousness in both three. Actualization is the essence of the latter's argument. Paul is arguing opponents' idea about that community with Jerusalem and with Israel would be possible for practicing circumcision. He clarified that himself is in full communing with the Church of Jerusalem and with all other apostles. What makes this happen? Because of the justification by faith. Jesus Christ is the subject. He characterized those who believe in him. Also, Paul used his formal mission in Galata to express the missionary aspect of justification. The main theme for the Pauline mission is when faith is working through love. It means that faith is not only changed our inner life, but also it brings actual behavior. In other words, the true faith, including the element of action that is love, also the equalized aspect of justification is very important, which brings unity in the church. Justification theology reflects the fundamental role of personal and ecclesiastic faith for the church, as well as the role of the church's mission for the freedom and the communion of the believers. Therefore, justification theology is developed as an ecumenical theology.